Time now for an in-depth look at the market news this afternoon, and for that I'm joined on the line by Dr. Sei-wan, Professor of Economics at Ewha Womans University. Professor Kim, good afternoon. Thank you for coming on.
Good afternoon, Devin.
Well, investors were reassured Wednesday that the Fed is going to stick with its zero rates until at least 2023, a rosier picture for the economy as well. And as far as inflation goes, Jerome Powell saying it'll rise, but just temporarily. Tell us about Powell's press conference.
The message from today's U.S. Fed FOMC meeting is simple and clear. Even though there is a rising concern on higher inflation and interest rate hike, Fed will continue to keep zero interest rate policy and bond purchases until 2023. The Fed also expects U.S. GDP to expand 6.5% this year, which is the fastest expansion since 1983. In addition, Fed officials expect inflation rate will be accelerated up to 2.44% by the end of this year, and inflation remains above 2% through 2023.
Yeah, roughly 2% being the target, and the markets around the world reacted well to that news from the Fed. The Dow up to 33,000 and the S&P at a new all-time high. What's the story in the global markets?
Along with U.S. Fed's decision on maintaining ultra-low interest rates through 2023, U.S. stock rose yesterday. Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 0.6%, and tech-heavy Nasdaq advanced 0.4% by reversing losses earlier in the session. The relief from U.S. market quickly spread to all Asian markets today. Nikkei 225, Shanghai Index, and Hang Seng of Hong Kong all increased between 0.3% to 1.6% today.
And it was a similar story in Korea today. We're seeing institutions buying and the markets continuing to rise this week. Today, shares, of course, of SK Bioscience surging on their market debut, more than doubling the issue price. Tell us about the local market.
Like all other Asian markets, domestic market was also positively affected by U.S. Fed's zero interest rate policy today. Kospi had 0.6% return, which recovered yesterday's loss. In Kosdaq, market also gained by 0.6%. In both Kosdaq and Kospi markets, domestic institutional investors purchased, led markets to upper level. But there was individual investors' huge sales today, which interrupted markets further advance. And also, as we talked about, SK Bioscience IPO popularity showed the ample liquidity and individual investors' desire on biotech stocks.
And Professor, to switch gears for a second, there are, of course, expectations for global economic activity to resume with the rollout of vaccines. And so oil prices are rising too, some saying we could hit $100 a barrel. What's driving oil prices up, and where do you see them going?
Oil price is rising quickly, and it has recovered the price before the COVID pandemic. In yesterday's international oil market, Western Texas Intermediate increased up to $65 per barrel, which is the highest level since 2018. Higher oil prices, of course, related to expectations on global economic recovery and oil-producing countries' production costs. Higher oil price and actually, in addition, raised oil refineries' stock prices in U.S. and Korea. ExxonMobil's and Chevron's stock price increased by 30% compared to the beginning of this year. And in Korea, S-Oil and other oil refineries' stock price increased by 20% against January.
All right, Professor, we're going to have to leave it there for today. Thank you, as always, for sharing your insights with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.